Dear brothers and sisters, you ever felt like you don't belong here? Like no one really gets what you're going through? Well, Rumi said that feeling isn't random. It's the sound of your soul crying like a flute. This is from Rumi's Masnavi. Not just a poem, but one of the most powerful spiritual books ever written. And in the very first part, Rumi doesn't start with God or rules or religion. He starts with a flute. Why? Because Rumi said, the flute is in pain. It's been cut from the reed bed where it once belonged. And ever since, it sings with sorrow. The sound it makes isn't just pretty. It's full of longing, of ache, of heartbreak. Let me ask you, have you ever felt like something's missing? Like you don't quite belong, even when everything looks fine from the outside? That's the reed flute. That's your soul missing its source. Nomi said that when we were taken from our origin, our divine home, we became like that flute, wandering, searching, crying without even knowing why. He said the flute sound is fire, not just air. If you don't feel that fire inside you, that burning for something more, then what are you really doing? Let me break it down with a small example. Imagine a child gets separated from their family in a huge festival. There's music, lights, food, but the child is scared, alone. Even if someone gives him candy or toys, nothing replaces the feeling of being home again. That's what Rumi is saying. No matter what you chase, money, fame, comfort, none of it satisfies the deep longing inside. Because that longing is for home. And Rumi said that home is spiritual, divine, it's union with the beloved. And by beloved, Rumi doesn't mean a person. He means the one, God, the ultimate source of love. Now here's where it gets deeper. Rumi said, everyone hears the sound of the flute, but each person understands it differently. One might hear it and feel peace. Another might feel sadness. Another might just enjoy the melody. But almost no one hears the secret behind the sound. Rumi said the secret is inside the song. But only those who are truly awake, those who have felt separation, can understand it. It's like this. Let's say someone loses a loved one and a sad song plays. To someone else, it's just a song. But to that person, it hits differently. It speaks directly to their pain. That's what Rumi means. If you haven't felt the fire of love or the ache of separation, the music of the soul will just pass you by. They said, my secrets are not far from my cries, yet eyes and ears cannot see it. This is genius, because Rumi is telling us spiritual truths aren't hidden. They're right there in front of you, but you have to be ready to feel them. And to be ready, sometimes you have to break. Rumi said, love is not all flowers and smiles. It's fire. It burns away your ego, your pride, your greed. But what it leaves behind is something pure. He said, only the one whose clothes are torn by love is free from greed and sin. See, we live in a world obsessed with gain. The more followers, more money, more success. But Rumi flips the script. He says, even if you pour the ocean into a cup, it can only hold one day's worth. That's your ego, always wanting more, but never satisfied. Rumi said the only thing that truly satisfies is love, divine love. The kind that breaks your heart open and shows you who you really are. And here's another powerful part. He says the beloved is all that lives. The lover is a dead thing. Let that sink in. Free me saying God is the only real life. We are just vessels, shadows, echoes, until love wakes us up. He even says that without love, we're like a bird who has lost its wings. Think about that. A bird without wings is still a bird, technically. But can it fly? Can it soar? No. It's stuck, grounded, like so many of us just going through the motions. But once love enters the soul, that's when the wings grow back. You don't need to memorize quotes to understand Rumi. You just need to feel him. He speaks the language of the heart. He says, why doesn't your mirror reflect the Son of God? Because it's rusty. That rust, it's fear, it's pride, it's the past, it's pain you haven't let go of. But if you polish the mirror, if you clean your soul, then the light comes through, then you shine. And this is what the Masnavi is about. It's not a book to read once, it's a journey, a mirror, a melody. It's the reed flute itself, calling us back to what we lost, but never really forgot. So what should you take from this? That emptiness inside you, it's not a problem, it's a clue. It means you're not broken, it means your soul remembers. Rumi said this ache is a gift. It's the sign that you belong somewhere beyond this world. And until you reconnect with that source, that beloved, that truth, nothing else will fill that hole. But the moment you turn inward, the moment you listen closely to the flute's cry and polish the mirror of your heart, you'll hear it. that song of love, that secret melody behind all things. And then you'll remember who you are.